night, I am the Batman. Nah. So I just got done watching Son of Batman, and I'm in the dark to give it ambience. But I have to say, not bad. I actually enjoyed this movie. DC has this really weird knack for putting out TV shows that are really, I guess in the past few years, most of them have been very campy. But they're getting better. Definitely getting darker. Kind of like some of them. Kind of dislike some of them. But, I have to say, Son of Batman, as an animated movie, is pretty good. Stays pretty faithful to the comics. And I kind of like that. As far as I can remember. What I do really like is that, although I think I want to say it was Jason Todd, not Dick Grayson, that beat him. But, I know that it's really, really annoying me now that I can't think of it. But anyways, so basic story, except for Batman got a little bit more date raped, which they kind of edged away from in here, in which that he was kind of just drunk and did it with Talia al Ghul. So there is that. But then again, I understand this is an animated movie, but they did go pretty in depth with it. So I don't know again how I feel about that. From my knowledge, Batman did kind of get drunk and was more coerced into it, and I guess you could say it's beyond that. Damien as a character, I enjoy him. He's every bit of that pure arrogance that is a child that has had everything. One thing I really like is that he just does, like, without thinking, which was one of his problems. He's probably my second favorite Robin. Just I really have to say that Tim Drake that's a hard one. I know that Dick Grayson's my favorite. Dick Grayson will always be my favorite Robin, and I don't care who you are. I mean, everything Dick Grayson was in, I loved him. The Nightwing from Teen Titans was pretty awesome. That's Dick Grayson. The freaking when they did that in Young Justice, I enjoyed it as well. I thought it was very well done. Damien, on the other hand, where do I begin? He is one of Batman's only 3 legitimate known children, like biological children. So yeah. One other thing that kind of annoys me is, I shouldn't say annoys me, I don't know how the weird thing about DC, the DC cartoon universe, is the difference of names. Like, here it's Ra's al Ghul, but I know there's a couple of cartoons before this where it was Ra's al Ghul. So that I want to say in one of the Justice League episodes he said Ra's al Ghul, but then again, I might be wrong. So, but I guess Ra's, Raz, it's kind of like Mako Mako thing or whatever. I had to say Damien. Yeah, Damien technically is the third place because it goes Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damien, Jason Todd. And not to say that I don't like Jason Todd. I really do like Jason Todd. He actually does shit. Like, a lot of people make fun of Jason Todd, but when you get down to it, he actually, like, did some pretty solid detective work to figure out who Batman was. But that's comics, not movie. Where do I start? Definitely very epic. Like, and personally, I definitely like Alfred in this one. You know, I don't think there's ever been an incarnation of Alfred is like the one character, if you have to really fuck up to fuck him up. I love Alfred. Alfred in this one, like Damien, he was being sarcastic, and he just basically flat out tells Damien, "Yo, I don't give a shit. I'm the butler, and you're gonna treat me with respect." I mean, Alfred's just great. I don't care who you are. Oh, Laszlo's moving around. Yeah, I know. You're trying to get out. Oh, my poor widow Wazzy. But no, Alfred is enjoyable in this movie. Uh, definitely like that they stayed with the uh story. Um, pretty much, pretty good. Yeah. Where do I go? I don't know where I go from there. But Deathstroke in this one, Slade, so evil. Oh, I loved him. And I definitely like the idea of assassins versus assassins. Though I was kind of irritated that the League of Assassins didn't really upgrade. It totally could have. It totally could have. But that's what you get. Yep. Okay. Sorry, that long pause there. I was just thinking. Um, what do I rate this movie? Mm, I'll give it a solid 8.3 on out of 10 on a DC animated movie. DC tends to crank out really good animated, really dark animated movies, which kind of surprises me because DC's usually the campier of two. But lately they've gotten a lot more dark and serious, and I think it's their way of being trying to edgy. Because if you read older DC, there's not much darkness to it. But there is, I shouldn't say that. There is darkness, but it's very glanced over. Like Superman, it's really glanced over. Like, meh. The only time there's very few arcs that get really like disturbingly dark. This gets really disturbingly dark. It's got date rape, illegitimate child, attempted murder. Like, then again, DC has done stuff like that, and that's fine. Marvel definitely was much more the prejudiced, what's right type of stuff, and that's Marvel, and there's nothing wrong with that. Personally, I think both companies are great. They have qualities that I like. Marvel hasn't had very many great cartoons, but it has had some. It has some cartoons that were pretty awesome. Anyways, to the movie, good. Check it out. I'm gonna go into a debate now about that.